You work from 5:30 to 8 p.m. 2 months mtu akunyang'anya hiyo mshahara, alafu you go kuna loan na ni hao walitumia hiyo pesa. I felt very bad. But at some point kwa nimesema nimwachia Mungu. Hey, but naona auctioneers watajua niliachia Mungu. Sheria, sheria, My name is Caroline Wamboi Ngige. I am from Ruiru, but mostly I operate around Keno. I moved there when I started working for my auntie in a company called VG Gas that is in Keno, where she's the director. And in 2022, in June of 2022, I was on my way to work, and my boss, the director, she called me to hurry up to work, that she wanted somebody to transfer some money to me. And so I thought it was the usual. So I thought I was meeting the office. But on my way there, she called again and asked me, you haven't arrived. So apparently I was to meet her at the bank. So I went, she told me she was at Equity branch, Keno. And I went there and I found her at the manager's office. In the office of the manager, they had been there waiting for me. So I found them with the file on top of the table. The file had my name on it. It was for a loan application. So quickly, the manager then explained to me what they wanted. And he told me, now, you know the situation at the company, and you know you guys need money to buy gas. So we want to give you a loan today. The money will be sent to your account, but it's for buying gas. In fact, I remember he told me, please don't interfere with that money. Once it is sent to you, you must transfer it because the purpose is for buying gas. The equity manager was called Dominic Morioki then. So Dominic continued to show me the documents, the loan application documents. I can say I was anxious and excited at the same time, you know. Here's someone who's telling me $1 million will hit my account. You know, it's a nice thing to have that 1 million in your account. It makes a good reputation, your credit reference. So I couldn't say no. And the explanation was, which I also knew, I was aware that the company was in the process of getting another loan, a big loan. So Dominic explained, once we give the company the big loan, in fact, she was calling Madam Director Mama. Mama will transfer the 1 million back to you. So I quickly sent the document. And at some point, I had to leave the bank to go to the lawyers. So I went and had the loan document stamped. And then I came back, and by afternoon, say from mid-morning, by afternoon around 1 million was in the account. So the 1 million was short of the processing charges. So what actually got into the account was 941,000. And I went downstairs, I filled out a transfer form for to transfer the money to VG Fillings account. And part of that form actually has been filled by the director. The purpose of the amount, the purpose of the transfer, she's the one who filled out. It says buying gas. So I transferred the whole 941 to the company account. And yeah, so we had accomplished the mission within some hours. Fast forward, now the plan was that the company, once they get the money, they will repay the whole 1 million. So somehow, despite having been involved in the process of loan application, like printing document and gathering the required documentation for the loan that the company was getting, when the loan was given to the company, it was kept, that information was kept from me. So I never found out that they actually got that loan. So, and later on, one of the co-directors, she told me, imagine the bank didn't give us that loan. So, but don't worry, we'll be paying installments. So they started paying installments the next month. And then towards the end of 2022, the company was still struggling. So I remember in December, they had not made the installments. So they'd call the directors and then call me to push them to make the payment. So the bank manager would be like, Carol, si uambie madhe wakuwekea hiyo pesa, unajua account ni yako enye iko na loan. So I have to keep calling you. Juu wao nikiwapigia, they are not responding. Jaribu, try put pressure on them. So I'll do that and then we'll sort. Tutasort. So January, February and March installments went unpaid. So now I first of all got a call from the credit manager, and the credit manager asked me if I knew that I had not paid 3 installments of my loan. I told her yes, and she asked me why, and I told her I couldn't explain because that money was actually not used by me. And she said she didn't understand. She kind of like acted like it is upon you to make sure that money. So I was not sure if she was aware of what had happened or not, because at the time when I was taking the loan, she was on leave. I understood, I'm in the same company working there. So I understood the financial status of the company. So when they said they would sort, I would always imagine once all other priorities are sorted, then they're going to sort. So 4 months into 2023, the money had not been paid, and the bank was putting a lot of pressure on me. So one day I got a call from one of the young guys from the credit department, and I explained the story to him briefly on phone, and I told him where he could find me. And so he came to the workplace and explained, you see, this money, even the manager knows this money was not used by me. It was not for me. It was for the company. So instead of putting pressure on me, put pressure on them, because I didn't even qualify for $1 million. So I am not understanding how come you're overlooking all these things. So the guy said he did not understand. And I that's when I found out that Dominic was no longer working at Equity Kennel. He called the credit manager while we were with him and explained what I had told him. And she said she would come pay me a visit. So when I told the directors about the visit from the credit department by Equity, they paid some money and just to quiet them. And on the same day, I got a call again from the credit manager. Her name is Bedith. She called me in the evening. It happened that I was still at work and the director was there. So when she started telling me about the loan, I told her, Vijay is here, just talk to her on my phone. So, and she promised, she told her, today, nitakuwekea 100,000. But I think that's the last time now they ever made any payment to that account. So that money was supposed to have been paid in total by July of 2023. By the time we were in July, they were no longer making any payments and no money had been paid. So in August, I got a call from an auctioneer. I don't remember the name of the lady, but she called me and sent me WhatsApp photos of auction documents. And she told me, now we have been given your file by Equity because you owe them. You're supposed to pay within a year. You haven't paid. You have not made any commitment. And I explained to her also. I told her, you can't keep calling me about that. That Equity, they know what happened with that money. Just call them and call the manager or the credit manager, whoever gave you my file, call them and ask them what happened with that account. And for some time, say like 2 months or so, I didn't hear from them again. But when I got the WhatsApp messages, I forwarded them to the director. She just said, we'll do something about it. She said in Kiswahili, nitashughulikia. So towards the end of August, now the company was really struggling, and I started to see there is no way this money is ever going to get paid. And I was worried. I was very worried. I knew how much more was owed to other people out there. So, and in fact, sometimes you get calls from someone, they tell you, I'm looking for so-and-so, because they know I work there. Most of the time, anyone that comes there would find me. So it is my contact that is very common amongst everyone, including suppliers. So they call me and tell me, I'm looking for, they commonly refer to her as Made. I'm looking for Made. She has not come. She's not picking my calls. She was supposed to meet me, So I was really concerned. And I spoke to a lady about, she also was owed money by the company. And she used to work for Equity. She gave me her story and I felt like, I am not alone. But I was concerned because mine was a bit tricky. The money I signed, it was signed to my account. So between the period of August and September, actually in the month of August, there was a lot of pressure from all corners. There's this supplier calling for money, this supplier is calling, this one has come and brought a court order at the gate, another one is looking, stands at the gate, they come to the gate with their vehicle and won't leave until they meet the director. There was a lot of drama. I could feel there was sort of tension between me and the director. When someone is always consulting you or asking you about the goings on in the company and they're no longer calling you, and instead of talking to me, they call someone else to give me instructions, I could tell there was something. So it was me, now, because I had started to also put pressure, I kept asking, utalipa hii pesa italipwa aje? Because now nimekuwa CRB, and the auctioneer that called me, they sent me a message again. But there was no response. So I was also very low on morale, and no psych for work. So I guess they're also feeling like I am becoming a threat, sort of. They don't know my stand, because I was very non-committal now when it came to work things. You don't want to sign anything. You don't want to take responsibility for things and you don't know. So like a supplier will come and you cannot make a commitment and you'll be paid on this day. So I guess for them it was like my loyalty is somehow shaken. So one day in a meeting, they said somebody is sharing company information with outsiders. And it was a long meeting. And then in the end of the meeting, like, Carol, why have you been sharing company information with outsiders? I figured that was because of that Equity employee that I had spoken to about, we were both concerned. We are not selling. We don't know how we'll get paid. So I said, I am just worried about, I'm not sharing information. I am worried. I found someone who shares a problem that I have, and we were discussing. I did not defend myself in the front of the staff, but I waited for the directors, and I told them I have given 5 years of my time to this company. I can't have been working against the company for 5 years and not been able to bring it down. And I told them, God is my witness. I'm just out for my own good. Naangalia pande yangu sasa, because now it seemed like they didn't care. That was the last week of August. Yeah, it was on the second last week of August. So in the next week, on Thursday again, there was another meeting. Hey, Carol, you have forged company documents, eh? So I'm wondering, and I asked, what company documents? You can't come and accuse someone they have done something and you're not telling them. If you tell me if you accuse someone of being a thief, you must tell them you stole this that does not belong. You took this that does not belong to you. So like, we cannot discuss that matter because it is in court. But I insisted. You cannot tell me something it's something I have done. If it is already being reported to other parties, just tell me you did this, and for that reason, we no longer, And she said, no, we cannot discuss that. And I remember she said she cannot be, because she's, as a parent, she feels concerned because she doesn't know if she's doing the right thing to go to the cops about what is going on. But she cannot continue to work with someone who they have a court case. Ati we leave the same company and we meet in court. Tuna kesi. So I told her, then if that's the case, I wish to be excused to leave. So I left and I waited for, I remember I even went to the police station. We've worked with the police in Kenya mostly because of, gas business. So I went to the deputy OCS and I asked him, if someone accuses you of doing something and you know for sure it's a lie, and they're saying the matter is in court. He told me there's no matter that can go to court before it comes to us. Before they go to court, they should have come with the claims and the proof, and then we arrest you, and then the process of going to court starts. So chances are it's just a story they are coming up with for some reason. So I figured it was just a way to fire me, because after that, I've never heard from anyone. And in November, again, now the auctioneers started again. They sent me a message and gave me a call. And I didn't pick the call because I had saved the number. I saw the message. I took a screenshot. I forwarded to Miss Virginia, and I asked her, how are we going to resolve this matter? And there was no response. January this year, when I got a message from the auctioneers, I had not shared this information with my mom. Even when I left the company, I didn't tell her what happened, because I knew her being the sister of the director, it's going to cause antagonism between them. I didn't want that. I thought we could resolve before she could get to know about it. But now in January, I was concerned she will hear about it when things are really bad. So I called my mom and explained, and I told her I'd like to do something about it, but I'm not sure because these are my relatives. And she told me, let's try, send somebody. So we sent my uncle to go and talk to my auntie and ask her how that money will be paid. And she said, as it is, we are not working. All companies are closed. All branches are closed. There are 3 branches. All branches are closed, which was a lie because I know. And we have so many problems. We are not even paying our own loans. They will not stop being my relatives. So it will be a hard thing. But now they clearly don't care. See, I have a son in campus. I have a 7-year-old boy who's autistic, and I have a 2-year-old. And they know that because they're my family. By the time I was leaving, we didn't have 2 months low. Sasa umetoka, una mshahara ya miezi 2, umevumilia 2 months. You work from 5:30 to 8 p.m. 2 months mtu kunyang'anya hiyo mshahara, alafu you go na loan na ni wao walitumia hiyo pesa. I felt very bad. But at some point kwa nimesema nimwachia Mungu. But naona auctioneers watajua niliachia Mungu. Hawatatambua. When I was taking that loan, I thought about the interest of the company, the staff, and the customers. So I did what any child would do for their mother. So I sent her a very long text, very emotional text. It never went through. She blocked me. But I also felt very let down by Equity. It is unfair for me to be getting calls from auctioneers about money that I did not spend at a single bob. I'm here looking for justice, to be paid my 2 months salary, and for them to repay that loan.